state of emergency has been lifted 12 days after a huge fire at the old Bethlehem steel plant in Lackawanna. The DEC has been testing to make sure the air is safe, and tonight they told the public about the results.
News 4's Kellen Gray was at that public meeting. Kellen?
Jackie, Don, this meeting lasted an hour longer than it was supposed to, and at the end of it, many people living in Lackawanna tell us they have more questions than answers.
I don't want to go back to the neighborhood because I'm afraid of developing some disease down the road.
Fears and frustrations were clear.
We're victims. We're innocent bystanders of all this.
A room packed full of Lackawanna residents questioned whether the air they breathe is safe and if they'll face long-term health problems. The DEC explained it tested for fine particulate matter, air pollutants, in 2 different areas and found on the day after the fire there was hazardous air quality, but it's now back to normal. The DEC also tested 4 locations for chemicals like benzene.
I'm not happy with how the sampling is done, and the reason why is because I think that they need to focus on the areas that were more saturated.
Well, we want the nitty-gritty, what was in there, what was burning. I didn't really hear them answer that question of what was on fire.
And they're calling for soil tests. The Department of Health did have good news for people who still smell smoke or are experiencing symptoms like headaches or a tingly feeling. These are acute symptoms that won't have a long-term effect.
Based on one industrial fire, you're not going to see a spike in cancer. That's not going to happen. But our sense of smell will detect particles far below a level that would create a health risk. So the fact that they can smell it doesn't mean they're still at risk.
Still, residents want the air inside their homes tested, and they want to know what exactly they've been exposed to.
There are still so many questions that need answers to.
Officials assured people tonight there will be more public meetings. We are still waiting to get air quality data from the EPA. Now, the State Department of Health says the EPA will be doing soil tests. And if you do still feel sick in your home, the health department says to clean it top to bottom with soap and water, change furnace filters, and get your carpets professionally cleaned. Reporting live, Kellen Gray, News 4.